Hello beautiful people, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Chelsea, and in today's video I'm going to be talking to you about the highs and lows of my pregnancy journey. The door is open because we have the carpet put in today and it can't quite close, so we need to sort the door out, so that's why that's open. I'm in the baby's room. There's nothing in here. It's all empty, so if it's a bit echoey, that's why. But yeah, I'm sitting in a chair, which is great because I can't, it's really hard to get off the floor if I sit on the floor. Does that make sense? This chair is a bit creaky though. Anyways, without further ado, let's get into it. So I'm going to be sharing the highs and lows of my pregnancy journey, as I said, so far. Now, I'm 29 weeks pregnant and the pregnancy has been amazing. However, it's not all amazing and airy-fairy for me because I feel like our body goes through a lot of changes, and also our mind. So I'm just here to share my experiences, and in the hope that maybe someone out there who may be feeling the same as me may feel comforted, because I feel like sometimes, because pregnancy is such a miracle and such a blessing, if you say I'm not enjoying it, people are like, whoa, you should be happy, you should be lucky, some people can't get pregnant. And whilst yes, that is true, it doesn't mean that it's not hard. Anyways, I made some notes on my phone so that I don't forget what I want to say, so let me just get those up. Right, so we'll take it right back to the beginning when I found out I was pregnant and I was scared. Oh no, when you take a pregnancy test, right, and you're not quite sure, when you see pregnant, it's oh my gosh, that was exciting. And then a day later, the anxiety and panic just kicked in, and it wasn't about me not wanting to be pregnant. It was just about if the baby was okay. I started researching all this information, when obviously you had to wait till your 12-week scan to find out if the baby's okay or whatever. So I was researching all this stuff and I was just how do I know the baby's okay there? Why do I have to wait this long? It was just, I didn't expect there to be anxiety to follow that excitement. So, and especially because you have to wait for the 12-week scan to find out if the pregnancy is viable or whatever. So that was, I felt anxiety, which I wouldn't say I'm a really anxious person, but for some strange reason, anxiety really set in at that point. So if you're in the same position, then just know that anxiety is a normal emotion to feel, and it's probably because you're excited. What you're anxious about really matters to you, and it's gonna create some sort of anxiety. So yeah, next thing, finding out the gender. So this was a high for me. Obviously the first one was a low, this is a high, because I didn't really care if it was a boy or a girl, to be honest, but leading up to when we found out whether it was a boy or girl, pardon me, I just had this inkling, this feeling that it was a girl. I don't know why, and I was like, it's a girl, it's a girl, it's a girl, it's a girl. Everyone else thought it was a boy because my husband's family has so many boys in it, and it was a girl, and that was just really exciting. My mum was over the moon because she really wanted a granddaughter as her first grandchild, so that was exciting. One of the exciting things about pregnancy. Sharing with friends and family. This was another exciting thing, but also I feel as though people sometimes put pressure on you to share earlier than you want to. So I would just say, whilst this can be exciting, just share it in your own time and don't be pressured to share if you don't want to share. Getting everything ready. So this is exciting. As I said, I'm 29 weeks pregnant, so only 11 weeks left to go if I carry straight up to 40 weeks, but she can come between 37 and 40. So getting everything ready is really exciting, but it can also be overwhelming knowing like what products to pick, what not to pick, what's good, what's not good, especially as a first time mum. And also things can add up and be very expensive, so that can be overwhelming and maybe might bring some anxiety as well. For us, we sort of created a list, and I wouldn't say we set a budget per se. We created a list of things that we needed, then we did like a search and read all the reviews and saw what was best for our price range. So we didn't necessarily go for the lowest cost or the highest cost. We just went with what products we thought were best based on the reviews and the practicality of the items. One high of pregnancy is that I feel extremely close to my partner. I think for me it's been such a vulnerable time, and in the last couple of weeks I've really had to depend on him to just help me roll in bed and turn in bed and just provide me with words of comfort and affirmation when I just feel like I can't do it anymore, because pregnancy can be really hard, and it's been hard on my body in the fact that I just feel really heavy, and I also have a really small torso, so I feel as though like all our bodies are proportioned differently. Like I have really long limbs, but I have a really short torso and really long legs. So yeah, I've been really feeling like, oh my gosh, I can't do this anymore. But my husband has really given me massages every night, and just every day waking up to each other just feels really great and amazing. And knowing that we've created this life, it feels great. So I would say that that's a high of pregnancy, just feeling much closer to my husband. Another low is the anxiety of what I'll be like as a parent. Will I be a good parent? Will I be able to adjust to this new life change? How is it going to be like? These are all the questions that come up in my head. And will my husband and I still have time for each other? What's it going to be like? What's our new schedule going to be like? And I feel like these are things that parents think about, but I have therapy every week, and my therapist was like, just wait and see what it's like. No matter how much you prepare or you think you have the answers to the questions, you will truly find out the answer to those questions when you get there. So I think it's really important to be flexible and to not have this sort of fixed idea in your head of what you want it to be like and what you think it will be like, because it probably won't be anything like that, especially as a first time mom. Even if you have a second child, like that's still a huge adjustment and transition to make. So I would say that's kind of a low, but it's also a lesson to just wait on things to happen instead of worrying about them. Kicks. So I first felt the baby move from about 15 weeks, and that's because my placenta is posterior. So your placenta can be in lots of different positions, but mine is posterior, which means it's at the back, so it doesn't cushion the baby's kicks and movements or whatever. And my friend told me this, she was like, first movement, it's gonna be great. Like, it's exciting because you're waiting, you know, they tell you when you get to a certain point, you're going to be able to feel the baby move, and you're waiting, and it's like, oh my gosh, when's it going to be? And then you feel it, and then you start feeling it more and more. But for me, that was exciting. Like, that's a high. Around 22 weeks, she was just going through this period where there's no like established pattern. She was just moving all the time at night time, couldn't sleep. And for me, sleep really affects my mood and how I can go about my day. So I was just really moody, I wasn't sleeping, and that wasn't great. Like, it's not fun not being able to sleep. I can't sleep when the baby moves because she moves a lot. Like, imagine like your tummy constantly rumbling when you're trying to sleep. That's the only way I can sort of describe it if you haven't been pregnant before, or if you haven't got to the stage where your baby's moving yet. It can be really disturbing because you can't sleep, so it disturbs your sleep. So as exciting as it is, my friend was like, nearer to the end, the baby's gonna be kicking you hard in your ribs, you won't be able to move, you won't be able to sleep, and then it's gonna be quite annoying. And it is annoying when I'm trying to sleep, because I see my husband just like fast asleep and I'm literally up just like, settle down, little one. Like, I don't resent her, I just resent the fact that I can't sleep. Right. Next, just 2 more things to talk about. The next one is constant body changes, and this can either be a high or a low. So I wake up in the morning, I look at my body, I'm like, wow, like I'm growing a whole human. And I remember when I was like 20 weeks, I'm like, oh my gosh, my belly looks so big, and now I'm like, wow. So I'm just so amazed that there's this miracle growing inside me, like whole organs, a brain. Yeah, it's just incredible to know that our bodies as women are capable of doing that. Like, some of us can do that, and it's just such a huge blessing. However, I think in the first trimester, for me, I didn't really experience that many changes in my body. Second trimester, not so much, but yeah, no, actually no, first half of the second trimester, not so much, but moving into the second half and now the third trimester, I feel like every day there's something new. And my therapist was like, this is the only time in your life, except for the fact if you have a major accident, that your body will change as rapidly as it is at the moment. And it's hard to get used to your body changing every day. And I don't mean in terms of like, oh my gosh, I'm worried about my weight, and you know, and that's a valid reason for you to be worried, to be honest. Like, if you are used to being a certain way or whatever it is, and the body's constantly changing and there's nothing you can do about it, then that is a reason for you to worry. So don't let other people sort of invalidate your experience. However, for me, it's just like my legs are hurting, or my back is hurting, or I feel so heavy, like I have to sleep on my side, and the baby's like on the side and it's just weighing me down to this side, and it's just like the next day I wake up and then my skin is itching, or it's just something new every day. And to constantly have to tell yourself it's okay, it's what my body's doing to prepare for the baby, it's a lot to have to constantly adjust to. I feel like every day right now there's something new, or every week it's like, okay, my body's doing this and this is new for me, and how am I going to adjust to this sort of thing, you know? It's difficult, it's a challenge, and it's not easy sometimes because I just feel so miserable. I'm like, oh my gosh, like at the moment I have like this minty taste in my mouth, right? I don't eat mints, haven't ate mints. Apparently it's to do with heartburn. I have had like a few episodes of heartburn, so it's not great, and it's there all the time. It doesn't go away. Even if like my mom's like, eat sweets, eat some, it doesn't go away. It's been there for like the last 2 weeks. And it's just really frustrating. It's frustrating to, heartburn. It's frustrating to be away from, I guess, the norm. Like, I've known my body to be a certain way for a while, and every day it's changing, but I know like the end is near. She's gonna come out and we're gonna hold her in our arms, and it's gonna all be worth it. And then I'll just have to make another adjustment period as my body changes postpartum. So I feel like as women, we are incredible, we're amazing, we're strong for going through this journey. The last thing, which I'm going to end on a high, which is I feel so empowered by what my body has been able to do. I've carried on exercising throughout pregnancy just because it makes me feel strong mentally, but also physically. I'm like, wow, like I can still squat 50 kg and I'm 29 weeks pregnant, or I can do med ball slams, or I can do this. And my body is allowing me to do so whilst carrying another life. And I just think, like, you're strong, you're amazing, and our baby girl's gonna come out with muscles. But no, I feel really empowered whilst working out, being able to keep that up. She's kicking so much right now. Being able to keep that up whilst being pregnant, and my goal is to try and exercise until she comes out. I don't know when that's going to be, but we'll see. But yeah, I tried to be as honest in this video as possible, just so that you can know and feel validated in however you're feeling throughout your pregnancy journey. And it's okay to feel worried, it's okay to feel happy, it's okay to worry about the health of your baby, whether she's going to be healthy, whether or not you can keep it up, keep going. These are all normal, valid feelings. And I hope that you are in a space / environment where you feel comfortable to express however you're feeling. So that's it from me today. Thank you for watching. Baby girl says bye. She's kicking away, and we'll see you in our next video. Bye.